And as we said earlier, the hearing in Adani Hindenburg saga has started in the Supreme Court. Remember, there were two panels that had been formed to investigate into the allegations that had been leveled by Hindenburg against Adani Group of companies. There was one panel that was constituted by the Supreme Court itself. There was another one from the SEBI that was also looking into the allegations. So today, while we know that the panel that has been constituted by the Supreme Court has submitted its report, the SEBI is seeking for an extension a few days before the expected deadline was supposed to end, because both these panels were expected to submit their report within 2 months of the Supreme Court orders. SEBI had approached the court to request them for an extension. They had sought 6 months of time. The argument that was presented by them was that the deals are extensive. There are several layers to the dealings that are taking place within several subsidiaries, and which is why they need to investigate in great detail, and that would require extra time. Akansha joins me for more. Akansha, what are the arguments that are going to be heard in front of the court today?
Well, absolutely. This crucial hearing has started in the Supreme Court. Now, remember, this assumes a lot of importance because this is coming days after the interim report was filed by the 6-member committee that was, if you remember, was formed by the Supreme Court on March 2nd. That time around, SEBI was also directed to investigate this matter and submit the report in 6 months. After that, it had approached the Supreme Court, challenging that and stating that they would need 6 more months to investigate this matter. So that particular application of SEBI, the hearing on that is currently underway. SEBI has submitted that 12 suspicious transactions cited in the report would need a rigorous probe. Those transactions are complex. We have reached a particular stage, but for coming to any conclusion, we would need 6 more months. So on March 2nd, Supreme Court had formed a 6-member committee. It had also directed SEBI to submit all the information to this committee and also investigate the matter on their part, and had also asked them to submit the report in 2 months. So in just some days, if you go by that order, SEBI was asked to submit the report, but now the SEBI is seeking extension of 6 more months, saying that in normal circumstances they would have taken 15 months to complete the entire investigation, but because of the complexity of the matter, in this case, keeping an exception, they would need 6 months to complete this entire investigation. So hearing on that particular point is currently underway. SEBI's application is being heard by the Supreme Court.
Right, and if you could bring our viewers up to speed, Solicitor General's argument right now in the Supreme Court is that both the SC panel as well as the SEBI were tasked with suggesting ways to review and improve as well as strengthen the regulatory mechanisms in the financial sector to protect investor interest and ensure that it does not become victim to volatility, which was witnessed following the release of Hindenburg report. Supreme Court has said that robust, stable mechanism is required to be evolved. But SEBI, Akanksha, has insisted since day one, and an argument that was also backed by the centre, that their regulatory mechanisms are very much in place and very much robust.
Well, absolutely. This is one argument that was put forward by SEBI, and that is when they had asked for more time to investigate this matter. They were asked to submit a report on the stock price manipulation by Adani Group and lapses in the regulatory disclosure. They were asked to submit the report in 2 months, after which they approached the court again, stating that because of the complexity of the matter, they would need another 6 months, and that is why that particular plea of SEBI is being heard right now. Now, remember, in total there are 4 petitions that have been filed in relation with the Adani Hindenburg row. One is of ML Sharma, the other is of Congress leader. All of them are either seeking fair probe or probe against the US-based firm. So all of these will be heard by the Supreme Court today. It is very very crucial hearing. All of these bunch of petitions will be heard regarding the Hindenburg report, but most important will remain the SEBI application, in which they are seeking extension of time to investigate, to submit that report. As I had mentioned before, this hearing assumes a lot of importance because this is coming days after interim report was filed by the
and I will ask you, Kanksha, about what we know about what are the contents of that interim report that has been submitted in a sealed cover. But before I come to you on